So we have our value scales. We're gonna need a ruler and a pencil for this assignment. That's it. So let's start by making a rectangle. It's gonna be 5 inches, right? You start by 0, 5 by 1 inch, by 5 again, by 1 inch. And then we're gonna make lines inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. When you do your 4 lines inside, you know you're gonna end up with 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we have 1, our first one. Then we're gonna do our second one. We're gonna repeat it, right? Same thing, 5 inches by 1 inch, by 5 again, okay, and then we make our lines every inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 lines inside. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then let's go. Keep going. 4. Ta-da! So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And now we're gonna start with our different values scales that I'm gonna show you guys. Alright, so let's start. So we know by now that our values start from darkest to lightest, or lightest to darkest. So our first square is gonna be the darkest one. So with our pencil, we're gonna shade it in really dark. Wait, let me zoom in. I think that's the maximum that I can zoom in. But if you were to get a close-up of my page, it would look really, really, really dark. Okay, and then this will be our darkest dark. Now, for the next one, and I'm gonna put it a little bit close. Look, whoa. You see how dark it is here? Super dark, right? Ta-da! So now the next one, it should be a little bit lighter. Okay, so now we're gonna go a little bit lighter, but not as much, right? So you're applying a little bit of pressure in your pencil, but not too much. Then our next one is gonna be a little bit lighter than this one. So each square, you're getting a little bit lighter. Right? This is gonna be very important when we start coloring different things or trying to draw realistic. This one is gonna be now super lighter. So very little pressure in your shading. Very little. And now this one is white. Okay, so I'm gonna put it a little bit closer. Ooh, I think like that. You can see, right? You can see it going from darkest to lightest to white. So that's our first value scale. This is the main one. And now the next one, I'm gonna show you for this one how to do it, but with this process called hatching. Okay, so we're gonna, so it'll be little. Hatching is H-A-T-C-H-I-N-G. Awesome. I love it. It's looking good. So this process, we're gonna go like this, making lines. Okay, so first let's start making side lines very close to one another. Okay, you're making a lot of lines together. very close. Ooh, no, that's not too close. So, ooh, there you go. Making the lines close, more close, closer and closer. So it almost looks a lot dark, very dark. So I did a lot of different lines, right? And it looks really dark. And now I'm gonna do the lines more separate, but still right? Woo! Uh-oh. There you go. So it's getting from lines very close to one another to starting to open them up, widen them. So they're not touching so much, right? And then the next one is gonna be even more space in between the lines. And you can see it. Right? So it's still going from darkest, right? From very close lines to open them up a little bit, open them up a little bit more. And then here, open them up a lot. So we're doing big hatching. And then white. Okay, and now on the bottom part, we're gonna do cross hatching. So cross here. Whoop. Cross is C-R-O-S-S, and then the word hatching, which we already learned how to spell. Alright. So now what we do here is obviously do our lines very close together, like the first one. So we're still doing our lines very close to one another. Okay, try to put pressure in your pencil when you do it so it can look a little bit darker, right? So I have my lines very close to one another. It's darker because I'm applying pressure when I'm making my lines. Okay, and then now we're gonna cross it. So first we did this side and now we're gonna do the opposite side. So I'm crossing it now. And then this gives you the illusion of darkened lines. Woo! But you can still see the hatching. If I get close to it, look. Alright, cross hatching. There you go. Now we're gonna do similar to the next one. So now we're hatching first, right? It's still, the lines should be close, but not too close. Right? And then we're gonna cross hatch. You can already see the difference, right? And then same thing here, leaving more space. And then hatching. Woo. And then this one, this is more space in between the lines. And then hatching. Hey, there you have it. Alright, so this next method is called stippling. And we're gonna spell it together, okay? So we're gonna write it here, S-T-I-P, and the P again, L-I-N-G. And this is another process where we go and we start doing little dots, right? And those dots are gonna be all together. And the closer they are, the darker your paper is gonna be. So we're gonna do this. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's easier to do this with markers, but we're doing this with pencils, so let's have patience. Let's remember to breathe, and let's go fill in our page with little dots. I mean, this square, not the whole page. But yeah. Maybe we should have done like bigger dots so it can look fuller. There you go. Now, starting to look a little bit better. Ooh. All right, more little dots to darken the page, the little square. And we're almost done with this one. Ooh. All right, do you think we're done? Maybe a little bit more? A little bit more. There we go. Better. Okay. I think we're pretty good now. Okay. And now I'm gonna go and move on to the next one. And remember, in the next one, we're gonna do a little bit less or more separate, so it gives you that impression that the shade or the value, it's a little bit less. Woo. Maybe a little bit more, not so less. Okay, and then let's do a little bit less here. All right, and last one, we're gonna do even fewer dots. They're spread apart. And then the last one is white. So you see from darker to lightest, and you create that illusion. with the little dots. Alright, so now the last one. Let me see if I can make this work. Wait a second. Alright, so the next one is my favorite and is continuous line. So let's write the word. Okay, let's see if you guys can see it, but it's C-O-N-T-I-N-U-O, U again and an S. So continuous, right? Which means like keep going. It's like it continues, right? Continuous line. Alright, and I love this one because this one you can get very creative. You're just kind of like free drawing, but like just like that, like scribbles, you know. It's like whoa, a lot, and it's continuous because I'm not stopping basically. And then I go to the next one, and then the next one's gonna be the same, but obviously just less, not so much. And then the next one is a little bit more open, right? Ooh, and then following one is a lot more opened. And then the last one is white. So you see, from darkest to lightest, we're doing the same thing but with different methods. Okay, so this is the first part of our value assignment, and I'm gonna be posting the next video soon, so stay tuned.